I'm Tomlin from Tomlin Harmonica School, and I'm going to show you how to play 7 really easy blues harmonica licks without bends. This lesson is suitable for total beginners on the instrument. You don't need to know how to play bends. All you need is a harmonica in the key of C, and we're playing in second position in the key of G. If you don't know what positions are yet, don't worry, just play along with the lesson on your C harmonica and you will do just fine. Right, let's have a listen to what that first lick is going to sound like. 2, 3. Okay, click the link in the description below and then you can download the tabs and backing track for free. All you need to do is put your email address in and I will send them to you. Right, let's learn how to play lick 1. 2, 3. Okay, so lick 1 is relatively simple. The difficulty in it is going to be making sure that you start in the right place. So the lick starts after beat 3. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3 and then play on the offbeat before beat 4. And we're starting with a 2 draw. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then on beat 4 we're going to play a clean 3 draw, and then on the offbeat we'll play a 4 blow, and then on beat 1 of the next bar we'll play that 4 draw, which we're going to hold for 2 beats. So that's okay, so let's try that together really nice and slowly. Remember, we're starting on the offbeat after beat 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and again. 1, 2, 3. One more time slowly. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's try playing it in the context of the backing track. 2, 3. Okay, don't worry if that was a little bit too fast for you. Spend some time practicing the lick and building up the speed before you play it over the track. Right, now let's move on to lick number 2, which is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so lick 2 is very similar to lick 1. In fact, it's lick 1, but backwards. So instead of starting on the 2 draw and ending on the 4 draw, we're starting on the 4 draw and going back down to the 2 draw. We're going to start on the offbeat after beat 3 again. It's exactly the same rhythm. So that's 4 draw, 4 blow, 3 draw, 2 draw. Okay, so let's try that together, nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3. All right, excellent. And again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if you're finding that your 2 draw is not as clean as you want it to be, or maybe it's sounding forced or strained, or maybe it's not even sounding at all, don't worry, that's totally normal. What I suggest you do is you check out my lesson in the links in the description below on how to play a clean 2 draw. It's one of those notes that is quite tricky for most people. Okay, now let's try that lick 2 with the backing track. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now then, let's move on to lick 3, which is a lick that I would suggest playing over the 4 chord in a 12-bar blues. And it's going to sound a little bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our lick 3 is going to start on beat 1, so that's a little bit easier this time. So we're starting with a 4 blow on beat 1. We're going to play that as a quarter note, so that's a note that lasts a whole beat. We play that on beat 1, and then on beat 2 we'll play another quarter note, which will be the 3 blow. And then on beat 3 we're going to play 2 eighth notes. We're going to play the 2 blow twice. So we're going to do okay? And because we're repeating the same note twice, what I suggest you do is you articulate it by saying t-t on that two blow. And if you're finding that it's getting a bit muffled and squashed, like that, then try more of a D sound, so a d-d rather than a t-t. That'll soften things out a little bit. So let's try that lick 3 together nice and slowly. Remember, we're starting on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. Now let's try it at full speed with the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. So we're going to now move on to lick 4, which I would suggest playing over the 1 chord. And it's going to sound like this. 3, 4. Okay, so you're going to have to practice your good, relaxed breathing and holding a note for a long time, because we're going to be starting with a 2 draw on beat 1, and you're going to hold it until the off beat after beat 4. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's quite a long time. And then on the off beat, we're going to play a clean 3 draw. And then on beat 1 of the next bar, we're going to play 2 8th notes, 2 2 draws. So when you're playing those 2 2 draws in a row, as I said before, remember to articulate them and do your T sounds or maybe your D sounds if you're finding that the notes are getting a little bit squashed. So that's going to be... So let's try that lick together all the way, nice and slowly. Remember, we're starting on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. Now let's try it with the backing track. 3, 4. Okay, so now we're going to move on to lick 5, which I would highly recommend playing over the 5 chord, although it will also work over the 1 and the 4 chord, but it'll sound particularly good over the 5 chord in bar 9 of a 12 bar blues, and it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we are starting on a 4 draw on beat 1. Now the 4 draw is the root note of the 5 chord, just for a little bit of interest there. So we're going to play that on beat 1, and then on beat 2, and then on beat 3 we're going to go up to the 5 draw, and then come straight back to the 4 draw on the off beat. So that's... Okay, so you're going to articulate those 2 4 draws because they're repeated notes. And let's try that together nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. Now let's try it at full speed with the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's move on to lick 6, which I think works nicely over a 4 chord and will sound a little bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to start on a 4 blow on beat 1. So the 4 blow is the root note of the 4 chord, which is partly why this sounds so solid over the 4 chord. So we're going to play that as an 8th note, and then a 4 draw on the offbeat is an 8th note. And then we're going to hit that 4 blow again on beat 2. We're going to hold that for a whole beat, then play it again on beat 3. So that's... And then on beat 4, we're going to add 2 little 3 blows as 8th notes. So remember to articulate all of your repeated notes. So that's the 2 4 blows and then the 2 3 blows with a 2 sound or a do sound or a t or a d sound. As long as you're getting that tongue articulating them, you'll be golden. Right, let's try playing that lick together nice and slowly, remembering that you're starting on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent work. Now let's try it with the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have one more lick from these 7 really easy blues licks for you to learn, which is going to be a turnaround lick. So this is often played in bar 12 of a 12-bar blues to signify that we're coming to the end of the 12 bars and we're about to start the sequence over again. So that's what a turnaround does. It announces the repeat of the 12 bars. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to start on beat 1. We're going to start with a 2 draw. And then on beat 2, we'll play a 2 blow as an 8th note and then end very quickly on the offbeat with a 1 draw. So turnarounds will often end on a 1 draw because that's the root note of the 5 chord. And that's what the rest of the band will be doing in the turnaround as well. They'll be going to the 5 chord. So let's try that together nice and slowly. Just 3 notes starting on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. Now let's try it with the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, these 7 licks can all be played individually, and you can use them as part of your lick library when you jam over a 12-bar blues. But you can also put them all together over a 12-bar blues and they'll sound really cool as a solo. Let's have a listen to what that might sound like. Okay, I hope you enjoyed learning how to play those licks. Don't forget that you can download the tabs and backing track that I was using by clicking on the link in the description below. Now, if you want to learn your first ever 12-bar blues, then check out my first 12-bar blues lesson up here.